Hi, I'm Aiman, and welcome back to one of my auto repair videos. Let me set up a situation for you. Let's say you live somewhere where there's cold winters. Usually in the morning, you don't want to get into a cold car. So you'll want to warm up your car before you drive to work. So it's snowing, and right now I can show you why remote start is not just a convenience, but actually a necessity sometimes. So this is a very common situation for a lot of people, and it's common for us because we live in the Northeast. Now, usually what people would do is they would get in their car, they would turn it on, and they would leave their engine running while they go get ready, make their coffee and stuff, and then they come back in and then drive away. But that has a huge risk to it. In fact, one of our neighbors actually, that actually happened to one of my neighbors recently, where someone, I don't know who, they were walking by or they were biking by, but they saw our neighbor who left her keys in the car and the engine turned on, and they stole the car. And this is a very rampant problem. And so thankfully I think more people are aware of that problem now. But there is a solution to it, and that's in the remote start. So these cars you can remote start them using the key fob and then leave the engine running without letting the car be driven. In other words, you can turn on the engine without letting someone be able to access the car or drive it. So today I'll show you how to use the remote start on a Honda Civic. This is probably some of the newer models, like 10th generation and 11th generation. And I'll just get right to it. So the key fob has not that one. So the key fob has a few buttons on it, but the one we want to take a look at right here is this one with the circular arrow. So that's the remote start button, and this is what allows us to activate our car from as far away as 100 to 400 feet, and it varies based on your mileage. But to do it, you press the lock button twice so that you hear that beep, and then you hold down the remote start button. For 5 seconds. So let's try that one more time. There we go. So you can see that the car's headlights, they flash 3 times to indicate that it's remote starting. And now it's running. And how do I demonstrate this? Okay, so if I try to open the car without the key fob, it'll be locked. Which is pretty important. It means your car can't get stolen. Now, I want to show you that if I get into the car and try to drive it, I can't start it without the key fob. But let me show you what happens if I try to open it. It'll turn on the, okay? When that happens, just press the unlock button, and it'll stop. Anyway, that's not the point of the video. What I want to show you is that if you do try to start the car, you can't start the car without the key fob. So obviously someone's not going to be able to steal it. So this is a very good preventative measure against being stolen. Now let me do that one more time, just so I can show you what happens on the dashboard when you do it. So press it twice until you hear that beep, or press it multiple times until you hear that beep, hold it down. Okay, let me get further away. I'm gonna spam it until I hear that beep. Hold it down. Okay, let me try starting the car and then stopping it. Maybe it's like a theft prevention. Who knows? Engineers are smart. Okay, so after a bit of finagling, I was finally able to get a trigger again. Maybe I had to start the engine after that last panic alarm. So now when I open up the car, now that it's unlocked with my fob, you can see that it doesn't actually turn on any of the systems. Like the infotainment system is not on, like neither of the cameras on, but it does say, and let me close my car. It does say to start driving, brake and push. So, all I have to do now is just press the engine start button. Wait, actually, let's see what happens if I don't press the brake. It'll just turn off. But since we're already in the car, I can just, you know, turn it back on with the fob. But if I remote start it and then just try to turn it on by braking and pushing, obviously I'm gonna have the key fob, so I don't need to demonstrate that. Okay, well, I'll just I'll remote start it and then show you guys. It's literally just the normal how you start a car normally, but okay. So now I'm gonna get in. I think I just saw the blinker turn on. Oh no, I guess not. So just like normal, even if you don't remote start it, to turn it on, you just press brake and push the button. And there we go. Now everything turns on. Yeah, I know this video is a lot longer than it needs to be, but for those people who have never done this remote start before, it kind of shows you everything that there is about this remote start. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's a lot more comprehensive than just showing you how to do the remote start, which is pretty simple. You just spam this button, the lock button, until you hear the car beep, and then you hold down the remote start button until it turns on. And if that doesn't work, try unlocking the car and then trying it again. But that's going to be it for this video. Today I showed you how to use the remote start function on your Honda Civic. I believe this applies to the 10th generation and 11th generation Honda Civics. Not sure about the 9th generation. It's a pretty new feature, but it might apply to the 9th generation. I'll list down in the description what it applies to. But I hope this video helped you out, and it did give you new insight into how the remote start function works for these cars. I'll also do a video on how to do it for the Acura MDX, which is our other car, if you're interested. But that's going to be it for this video. Also check out my other videos on the Honda Civic. I'll show you what to do if your key fob dies. How do you get into your car, or how do you lock your car? But that's going to be it for this video. I'm Aiman, and signing out. Peace.